Thanks for tuning in right here to the Mr. Show. I, redpillrixter. Yeah, right. So, people, we got a few topics here. Is bottle service ruining the clubs? Is bottle service ruining the nightlife here in Toronto, Canada? Is bottle service ruining the club life? Yo. Thanks for tuning in. Another part of today's topic. Women are no longer wearing heels in the club. Seen a lot of sandals, seeing a lot of flats in the clubs these days. Also, we got Dr. Umar. You know, he always got something to say, maybe. All right, so Dr. Umar as well in this show. And also a pastor swindling the Congress out of dollars. We'll see how that goes down. And when a woman gets rejected by men of every race. So there's a few shows in here today. Do you expect seeing coochie? Brother, do you expect coochie when you fly a woman out? When she accepts that plane ticket for a trip, do you expect something from her? We're going to talk about that too. And be careful what you put in your luggage these days, because if it's anything sensitive, these luggage handlers, they don't seem to really care. I'm not going to call out the airline, and I'm in Canada, but it looks like it's an American United States airline, but whatever. And is this the end of female sports? Because we got Pierce Morgan. So let's get right into it. It's the Mr. Show. With I, Red Pill Rixter. Let's go.
I think bottle service is ruining the nightlife industry.
Woo! That's a hot take. You gotta expand.
Look, I get it. Venues got to make their money and whatever, but people are not even having fun anymore. You got people in the club spending thousands of dollars on tables, acting like they bought land.
It is true. It is a real estate thing.
It's just like swinging contest. And for the people that you see in the club actually dancing, now they look like the weirdos.
I like my real estate when I go out for my people. But you see me, I'm 1 minute I'm in this corner of the club, 1 minute I'm in the other corner of the club.
Right.
I agree with you. It is a dick swinging contest. It hurts my wallet. Shout out Raf for taking all my money the last 6 months.
Toronto has lost its authenticity in terms of meeting new people. I think
it's happening to club culture, but the girlies are not wearing heels in the clubs anymore. And as a 34-year-old, I know I don't look my age, but as a 34-year-old, do we need to come out of retirement and teach the girls how to wear heels, or like what heels you need to shop for when going out in the club? Because the amount of flats and sandals that I saw is just like, part of the thrill of going to the club is dancing on the couch in your heels. You gotta figure out how to strengthen those ankles so you don't break them. Like how to maneuver.
Hold on. Dancing on the couch? Part of the thrills is dancing on the couch in the heels? What? What? All right, keep going. Let's hear.
Like it's a rite of passage. I feel like you don't appreciate wearing a flat if you aren't dancing on the couch in the club.
Really?
I don't know, y'all. There's just something about a cute little heel. You know, you just we gotta figure it out. We gotta bring heel culture back to the clubs, because what are y'all doing? What's going on? What are y'all even doing? What's the purpose of going to the club if you're not gonna dress up?
All right, so hold on. She alright. Hold on. But she was acting like she was more than she really was, though. So let's see what's on the screen here. What's this? Ice skating shorty? What's going on here? Let's go. What that though?
Can I get about 10 of you to bring me $20?
All right, so for all you churchgoers who go to church every week, I personally think it's a scam. Look what she's asking for, yo. Look what she said. She said, could everyone walk up to her and give her $20 each? All right, let's go.
It's 10 of you. $20 that you don't need, because we're not going to give it back to you. But just run up and when you come and say, is that all?
Really?
That's what I want you to say. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that all? This pastor is a jinal, as we would say in Jamaica.
Is that all?
Is that all?
Come on. Say, I wanted to get more. You only asked for 20.
Really?
Say, is that all? Is that all? I'm sorry to insult. Hey.
But why are people walking up to her like she's some kind of savior, y'all?
I'm sorry to insult you all. for just asking for 20. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to show you something.
We looking.
I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Can I get another 10 of you just to bring $100? $100.
What? Why? What's she doing with the money? She already said it's not coming back. You're not getting it back. So what? Yo. Hey, yo, what's she doing with the money, bro?
I want to show you something. I don't hear, is that all? Yeah, because I'm insulting you, right?
Get out of here, girl. All right, looks like Shorty here is going to be declined by every single race. Let's take a look.
We love this. We need this. Cool. But
That's
this.
Good. What? How are you going to be dissing your own people, yo? So she says she loved this and she loved that and she need that. But
this. Cool. But this. Okay. Yeah, we don't need this.
Oh, wow.
As a member of the African American community, we would like to humbly decline your offer. Since you don't want your own race, maybe the Hispanics will take you instead. So sorry, you have been declined.
Thank you for the referral on that, but the Hispanic community, we're gonna have to pass on.
Oh, shit!
As a representative of the Asian community, after careful consideration, unfortunately, we cannot take her. She will also be banned from ever taking out Chinese again. Though, we will offer her up to the Indians.
After a not-so-thorough examination and as a member of the Indian community, we would also like to humbly deny this offer. Maybe the Egyptians would be interested.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's no way. Gotta pass this one back to the white boys.
No.
You need to retire para cake.
boy, oh boy, oh boy. Rejection 101.
You flew somebody out before?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so if she accepts the plane ticket, do you expect coochie? All right? Let's get into it.
Do you expect coochie when you fly them out?
As soon as I book your seat. 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, man, grow up.
Yeah, because if you going out there, what? We ain't finna get separate rooms. I ain't gonna lie, I'm easy. If I'm going out of town, I fuck with you like that anyway, because I'm not finna go out of town with somebody I don't feel comfortable with.
All right, so hold on. Stop it right there for a sec. Rewind just a little bit. Just for you Americans out there, I mean, like, I know it's natural and normal for you to understand exactly what she said, but me, as a growing up in Canada with a Canadian accent, that was hard to hear. That was hard to listen to. That was hard to decipher what she said. Just for the Americans, just in case you thought that we all speaking it like the same and we all sound the same and everything, that was a little bit hard because I have a Jamaican dialect inside of me. So let's do that again. And I understood what she said, but I'm just letting y'all know it's not as easy as you think.
100%.
Yeah.
Listen, man, grow up.
Yeah, because if you going out there, what? We ain't finna get separate rooms. I ain't gonna lie, I'm easy. If I'm going out of town, I fuck with you like that anyway, because I'm not finna go out of town with somebody I don't feel comfortable with.
Right.
Listen.
When they fly you out, don't your coochie come with you. You don't leave it at the house, so give it up. I'm just saying.
And you ain't got to check that. That's carry on.
Yo, you don't have to. You got to pay for that check-in, yo. That coochie's a carry-on package.
Right wrong.
Real talk.
Really? You don't even need no bags.
You got that coochie, you got the baggage. Reminder not to put anything important in your checked bag because these guys who are working at these airlines, look at the airline name. I'm not going to call the name, but you look right there and see what these guys are doing. It's crazy.
Don't break the heart.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Don't break the heart.
All right, so This is the beginning of the end of female sports as we know it. As you see, the TRANS there is running. Running in a female sport. Looks like a 200-meter. And this is the end of female sports. And after this little clip here, we're going to get right into Piers Morgan talking about how does this end female sports?
This is Aidan Gallagher, a trans woman who got booed after winning girls' state track title in Oregon. The boos from the crowd clearly shows that this needs to change.
Exactly.
However, some woke individuals do not share the same view.
All right, so we're going to get into it. It's a little bit long, and I'm not going to say much because this is very entertaining, actually, to see how Piers Morgan completely dismantles this chick. She seems so delusional, this one here that's on my left. All right, so check this out. Piers Morgan.
What if your 12-year-old kid was Aiden? Wouldn't that be incredible? Wouldn't you be proud of Aiden?
No.
And how much would it...
No, absolutely not. Unless that child had not even reached puberty, and in the case of my daughter, for example, and someone is trying to convince her that if you just put your hand up and say that you're a boy, you can suddenly compete against a different biological sex. I'd say it's all madness.
Piers, this is what's crazy about it. Do you think that that's what's driving trans women to compete as athletes?
Doesn't matter.
That they're like,
it doesn't matter.
If I transition to become a woman, I can win a gold medal in a high school track and meet competition.
Well, no, hang on, Francesca. I don't care.
That is so absurd to me. It's the same thing. Hang on, let me speak.
I don't care. The reality is they're doing it, right? And the point is that, to me, the answer is obvious.
They're not doing it to win a medal. They're doing it because that is their identity.
It doesn't matter what she's saying. Yo. Pierce is saying it right. It doesn't matter what the intention is. It's actually what's happening right now. They are winning medals and they are making women lose their placing in female sports. So we got to take this a little bit more serious. A little more serious, for real.
Hang on, Francesca. I don't care.
That is so absurd to me. It's the same thing. Hang on, let me speak.
I don't care. The reality is they're doing it, right? And the point is that, to me, the answer is obvious.
They're not doing it to win a medal. They're doing it because that is their identity.
But they're winning medals at the expense of actual women who can't compete with them physically.
Okay.
It's why, we separate the sexes.
You know what? Like, I actually Googled this.
Hang on. I'll come to you too.
I'm embarrassed to be a woman when I see women freaking out about trans women winning one out of so many competitions.
It's not just one.
Okay.
It's happening in swimming with Leah Thomas.
Hang on.
It's happening in all sorts of sports.
Yes, because it makes us...
The lady said that she's embarrassed to be a woman because they're not letting women, not letting men in the place of women. Society's losing its grip, girl.
Look really pathetic, honestly. It makes us look like losers and whiners, and guess what? I'm not a loser or a whiner. You know what I actually want to talk about when it comes to women's sports? Why is Caitlin Clark being paid 80 times less than her counterpart entering the NBA?
I'm trying to click and bait. Is that what it's switch and bait? Bait and switch? I'm trying to switch it up now. Trying to move the goalposts is what she's trying to do right now. But let's go.
Well, that's quite straightforward too.
Because nobody watches it.
Women don't want to talk about that.
Hold on. Can I ask you a question?
Women don't want to ever
hold on,
talk
Francesca.
about that.
Let me ask you a question. If I hit you over the head with a bat and I said the plan wasn't to kill you, it's because you had a fly in your head, would you still not go to the police for assault? Does my intention matter?
Okay. That was kind of an extreme one, but I understand where she's going with it. Let's go.
Because that's exactly what you just said.
I'm just trying to Rube Goldberg,
That's exactly what you said. Just because trans people are not identifying as trans to basically erode women's sports, that makes it okay. That's exactly what they're doing. They are useful idiots like you that are validating ascientific nonsense. There's no such thing as gender identity. Being trans identifying is a mental illness, a reality that exists only in your head, should not be validated, and specifically not at the expense of people that are just going about their business trying to win sporting tournaments.
Okay, hold on. She said something that's very, very, very specific to how I feel about things. I feel like, seriously, all of this homo this and homo that, it's a lot of trending. It's not necessarily people who are actually gay. I think it's a lot of trending going on with that right now. And even with this TRANS, stuff. It's a lot of trending. People are just trending. People are doing it. Look at the guy who did it just to get out of a charge. The biggest TRANS of them all, right? The family of the Kardashians. He did it to get out of a trial. So it's not everybody doing this with a pure, clean heart. They're doing it for their own reasons, their own agenda. Let's get back into it. Let's go.
Ascientific nonsense. There's no such thing as gender identity. Being trans-identifying is a mental illness, a reality that exists only in your head, should not be validated, and specifically not at the expense of people that are just going about their business trying to win sporting tournaments.
I care more about human life and people actually. I care about the right to privacy. I care about people surviving and living in this world. Yes, I do.
You don't seem to care about the right to privacy of biological women not wanting to share their spaces with biological men. What about them?
What about the number of trans youth who commit every single year?
What about biological women not wanting to share a bathroom with a biological man? Talk about that. Don't do what...
Francesca believes in equal rights for trans women, even if it infringes the rights of real women. But this is only the beginning, as Piers Morgan is about to drop truth bombs and teach her why biological men should not compete in women's sport.
If you allowed women and men to compete in a generalized way, then women would win almost no medals. Literally, other than 1 or 2 events, possibly equestrian, possibly...
That's true. Women would never win in a sports that require physical strength, endurance, stamina, power. It would just like quickness, reflex. We call it reflex. They just wouldn't. Maybe equestrian, yeah. Maybe target practice and
Archery.
stuff. Archery.
There are very few things which anything that involves power or stamina or speed or snow.
Piers, can I ask you a question really quickly?
Yes.
Because have you ever undergone any kind of like hormone replacement therapy?
Why?
Oh, you mean chopped off his penis? Because that's...
Why would she ask us a question like that? Why would any normal, upstanding man, yes, I said normal, have to go through any kind of a hormone therapy? That doesn't make any sense.
Hang on. I'm not talking to you, Esther.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm talking to Piers.
Yeah.
Because actually, the body does undergo an incredible amount of toil.
What it doesn't do, Francesca, I've heard this argument.
Hang on.
It doesn't it doesn't change your body mass.
No,
it doesn't.
it
doesn't.
It does.
No,
it
doesn't.
absolutely can change your body
No,
mass.
it doesn't.
Absolutely.
It doesn't. You remain as muscular. You know how I know this? Talk to someone like...
Yeah, like where would she get that information from that it changes your body mass? Hormone supplements.
Caitlyn Jenner, who was, as a man, was the decathlon gold medal winner for the United States of America.
Right, that's the name. Caitlyn Jenner, connected to the Kardashians, turned into a woman to beat certain charges. Let's keep it real here, bro.
And was then, when she took up golf, having transitioned, was told she could tee off.
Look at this weirdo.
From the women's tees, right? The women's tees are 50 yards further ahead than the men's, and she said she was winning every tournament.
Asking Caitlyn Jenner for any advice or practical information is like asking you, Piers, for how to get a six-pack. Like, what?
You see? Something else that boy, they are girl, you know, just like a woman, yo, when they can't have any facts or any logics, what they do, they start to disrespect you. Go on.
What are we doing?
Piers, I want to point this out because your guests here...
All right, this girl here, Mrs. Conservative. I think it's Lauren or something?
I mean, talk about the snake eating its own tail. They're sitting there talking about trans rights and affirming transgender ideology, but then they're saying that Caitlyn Jenner, who is probably the most famous trans person, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because Caitlyn Jenner is not only a Republican, but Caitlyn Jenner also calls out biological men competing in women's sports.
Right.
So your guests sit here and they cry boo-hoo
Trans
tears
women.
about trans rights,
women, please.
but then they dismiss Caitlyn Jenner. It's amazing. These are also the same people who claim to be feminists, but also don't care about actual women being robbed of opportunities.
Now that is a good point there that every woman should be brought up. A true feminist would be worried about the opportunities that are being lost by women, by these men who are turning into women, and a real feminist that are looking out for women and for women's rights and women to keep going forward in this society would be worried about just exactly that, coming into a women's space and dominating it because they're biological men.
Yeah. That's why liberalism is a disease, and you can just let these people talk and they argue with themselves.
Lionel Messi puts his hand up and says, actually, I'm feeling like a woman today. Do you play him in the American women's national team, Francesca? Yes or no?
Lionel Messi had to undergo an incredible...
Yes or no?
Yes or no, shorty?
He had to undergo an incredible amount of treatment when he was young. He had a bunch of like...
Would you allow him to put his hand up, say he's a woman, and play in the American women's national team?
He had a growth spurt. I'm a big Messi fan, so... But let me just explain this to you.
Answer my question. Would you allow him, if he said, I'm a woman, to play in the American women's national team?
You're using the wrong pronoun.
Yes, right now. Hell yeah, are you kidding me?
Nobody in their right mind would believe that.
Exactly.
Messi on the U.S. women's national team? Hell yeah.
Would you allow Usain Bolt to do that and be in the sprinting team?
Yes, because that would mean they're a trans woman. They identify as women.
I get it. So just to be clear, you would let Lionel Messi play in the women's national football team and destroy women's football forever. You'd let Usain Bolt...
it'd be very difficult to get a ticket, which would suck.
I want to do a little checklist here. You'd let Usain Bolt compete as a sprinter in the American women's Olympic team?
Yes.
Okay. You would let Floyd Mayweather...
You know, she just wants to put her point across. Doesn't matter how ridiculous she sounds. She knows she's wrong. Look at her face. She knows she's 100% wrong. And she just, don't matter how ridiculous she sounds, she just wants to get her point across like a true narcissist feminist.
Whether compete as a boxer in the women's American boxing team.
Yeah,
you are a
you have to be
complete
like the
and utter
heavyweight.
lunatic. Did you know?
Thanks for tuning in to the show.